In a high school in Uttar Pradesh, a healthy teenager named Dhruv suddenly fell violently ill. Within days, he was dead. During the 13th day mourning ceremony, as the family gathered to pray, a revered local Siddha Baba arrived at the house. He bypassed the grieving parents, walked straight to Dhruv's best friend, Samir, and pulled him into a private room. The Baba delivered a specific diagnosis. He identified Dhruv's death as an occult homicide, a targeted blood sacrifice designed to slowly drain his life. He claimed that Samir had been caught in the same crosshairs. According to the Baba, Samir survived because his family's daily spiritual practices created a layer of protection that Dhruv's household lacked. To find the source of the sacrifice, we have to look back 2 years to an army school in Uttar Pradesh and trace the sequence of events leading up to that summer. The evidence suggests a lethal trap was built within the walls of a seemingly innocent high school friendship. In 2024, a boy named Bijoy enrolled in Samir's class. He had just moved from Udalguri, a remote village in Assam. Socially isolated by a severe language barrier, Bijoy became an immediate target for the class bullies. Samir, the class vice president, intervened to stop the harassment. This act of protection created a deep, immediate bond of trust from Bijoy towards Samir. Bijoy began sharing vibrant stories of his home, the weather, the festivals, and his grandmother living alone in the village. He used these descriptions to convince Samir and another friend, Dhruv, to join him on a summer trip to Udalguri. The morning of departure brought an unexpected change. Bijoy arrived with an older stranger named Bhaskar, claiming he was a family friend who simply needed a ride back to the village. During the 3-day drive, Bhaskar and Bijoy spoke exclusively in a local dialect. Samir and Dhruv were left in the back of the vehicle, entirely excluded from the conversation. By the time they reached Assam, Bhaskar and Bijoy had effectively severed the boys' connection to the world around them. When they arrived at the Udalguri property, they met the grandmother. Despite being the focus of Bijoy's stories, she was silent and passive, barely acknowledging the boys during their meals. The house's ground floor consisted of 3 rooms centered around a common hallway. Samir and Dhruv were placed just 3 feet away from the grandmother's quarters. Her room had no solid door, only a heavy curtain shielding the entrance. At 2 a.m., 2 nights before they were set to leave, Dhruv woke Samir. He was sitting up, staring at the hallway where a low, rhythmic muttering was coming from behind the grandmother's curtain. They pulled the curtain aside and saw the grandmother sitting on her bed. She was sharpening a large knife against a stone, surrounded by nearly 40 animal effigies. Samir turned to speak to Dhruv, but his friend was gone. Bijoy was standing directly behind him instead. Samir ran to his room and found Dhruv lying unconscious on the bed. Bhaskar was sitting in the corner, whispering that they were letting the sacrifice rest so he wouldn't suffer. Samir fainted from the stress. In a vivid vision, he saw Bhaskar carrying Dhruv to a nearby cliff, where the grandmother used the knife to take blood from Dhruv's neck to apply to one of the effigies. The layout of the house, the thin curtain, and the proximity to the cliff were all components of a system designed to isolate and extract a victim. The following morning, Dhruv had no memory of the night. Samir tried to convince himself the entire experience had been a stress-induced nightmare. During the drive home, Samir noticed a physical mark on Dhruv's neck. It was a fresh laceration in the exact spot he had seen in his vision. When asked about the wound, Bijoy traced his finger around Samir's own neck. He explained that this was the precise target used when sacrificing a barasinga, or swamp deer, and noted that Samir did not have the mark. After they returned, Bijoy systematically erased his presence. He stopped speaking to the boys, changed his phone number, and moved away when his father was suddenly transferred. The ritual at Udalguri functioned as a slow acting killer. It reached across the months to claim Dhruv's life, exactly as the Siddha Baba had described. This practice reflects the deep historical roots of sorcery in the region. Areas near Udalguri, like the village of my own, have long been associated with these types of black magic traditions. If anyone in the audience is familiar with the mechanics of the Udalguri effigy ritual, please share your knowledge in the comments so others can understand the nature of this threat.